Ooh. We just watched Mission Impossible. Mission
Impossible!
Whoa! Oh my God!
Holy
What the fuck?
Shit.
Oh!
So good.
This
Yeah,
is
so it was very, very good.
Ooh, best movie we've watched. on the podcast.
I would.
What have we watched?
I would
so
also
far,
have to
actually?
agree.
Better than Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1 I think was our highest for a while, but I think in my opinion
I don't know.
it's tough. It's very close for me. Spider-Man has a lot of nostalgia,
I completely agree.
but I think Mission
I
Impossible 3 is
completely
just a
agree.
better movie.
I
I mean, I completely understand why.
No, I get it. Well, we'll get into the movie.
Well, I'm glad you guys. I'm glad you guys like it, and it only gets
No, I
better
knew I
from
was gonna
here,
like
baby.
it. I knew I was gonna like it, for sure. Especially because you're a fanboy now. So
I'm a
if you
big
said it was
fanboy.
your favorite one, then.
It's tied with the fourth one and the fifth one. Honestly, those,
And the second one, and the first one, and the new one.
this tough. The sixth one is my favorite.
How many are there?
6.
I thought there were 8.
No,
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere in the 8 range.
I think
the
they're
9
planning on
range.
making
8.
7. No, 8. I think 8. I don't know. But first one's fine. It's a little dated, but it's good.
That's
Second
okay.
one is garbage. It's like
Oh, really?
insane. Yeah, it's really bad. Maybe it'll be fun to watch because it is funny bad. It's
I
like
don't know,
straight
dude.
up
It's just-
Decker.
It's just what I realized after watching Hobbs and Shaw is it's really hard to sit through a bad action movie.
That's true. That's a good
It's
point.
really hard because there's nothing else.
Because if
to
the
it.
action isn't
'Cause if
good,
the action isn't good, there's nothing else.
that Mission
There's
Impossible
nothing
2
else.
is the action's so boring. It's just slow mo constantly, and like it's very 2000s, and
Uh-huh. Like even with like a bad comedy movie, you can shit on like the like the shitty
Mm-hmm.
jokes or something. And like with like a drama, you can shit on like how just nothing makes sense or like
Yeah.
just stuff like that. But like with an action movie, like the action is the main part. So if the action is just boring, then there's nothing else to it. It's hard to even like
Yeah.
shit on it and like think of it as like a bad movie to like make fun of. It's just hard.
it's I get you. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, I'm glad this lived up.
But this, yes, I'm marathoning it and watching the shitty second one. It's even better watching this one because it's like, ooh, they got their shit
Oh, yeah,
together
good.
big time. So yeah, this is a J.J. Abrams' best movie, definitely.
Yeah, no, he had some good shots in there. I wasn't paying attention to the directing too much, but I did notice some cool things.
The script is where all the lines are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There-
like
you-
by
you
a
were talking
lot
about,
of the
like-
characters.
You were
Yeah.
talking about like corny lines. I didn't really find that many of them.
Oh, did I say that?
There was like a
What is it?
couple like here
Oh,
and there,
yeah.
but like not really. I
No.
thought for an action movie they kept the dialogue very tight.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And I usually don't like
Crisp.
it when people sound more clever than they are.
Yeah.
But the
But it
lings in
works
this
in this
are
movie.
so clever. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
so
They're
good.
so good.
I
They're
literally
actually
I have
smart.
the exact same opinion. Yeah, usually it sounds so stupid, like all TV and stuff like that. Cause yeah, it's like nobody talks like that.
Yeah.
They're way too witty. Like everyone, it's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was like it
was
was
so
amazing. There's
good.
like art in this movie.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It was fucking
Yeah, they
great,
really
dude.
were nailing
Lawrence
it.
Did not
Fishburne.
bother me at
Lawrence
all.
Fishburne had
comes
some of
in.
the best fucking lines.
Yeah,
is-
holy shit.
Just every fucking it's impossible to win an argument with him.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
Yeah, he is
Like-
king, dude. Holy shit.
He takes no shit, and every single line
He
comes
just
out of his
shuts
mouth.
you down, yeah.
And I
He
love
just
that.
makes you look so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every single
Uh-huh.
character.
Please don't interrupt my rhetorical question.
Oh yeah, he squashed that fucking weasel like a bug. Yeah, I'm
and Shaun of the Dead, what's his name?
yeah, he's great.
He
Oh,
had some good
yeah,
lines. He
yeah.
was like the comic relief. I felt like his jokes landed the most.
Yeah.
Out of any
Yeah,
of them.
I think he did have a few that did not land though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of
But,
course, yeah.
But yeah, overall, I did think he was good.
And they give him a much larger role, and it's a lot. He gets even better. He's just more fleshed
yeah,
out.
that's right.
Yeah, he's a much more. But he's a much more fleshed out character as it goes on.
Mhm.
He's great. He's like
Yeah.
comic relief that isn't like annoying.
Yeah, and it was annoying at all.
I kind of wish, like the one helicopter guy, the Irish guy.
Yeah.
I kind of wish Benji was there instead of him.
Ooh,
Who's
helicopter?
Benji?
He's Simon Pegg.
Oh, okay.
Helicopter.
The Irish.
Yeah,
he
the guy
flew
with
the
the
helicopter.
Oh, the dude with the weird accent.
Yeah, he was just boring. There was nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
he
really
wasn't
nothing
in it a
to
whole
him.
lot
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, and also,
I like the chick. I like the
she was
black
cool,
guy.
but she wasn't given much to do.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. do
Luther,
many of
though,
them.
yeah, he's a cool guy.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he was really sweet.
He's just like, hey, baby.
Hey.
He's just so cool. He's got that cool earring and the sunglasses.
I think he's got 2 earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That.
think so.
He's not in the fourth one that much.
Oh,
He's
really?
only in it at the end, which is.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he.
But you
he-
get more
he was
Benji.
very- He was very good. He was the best friend character out
Yeah,
of the
he's.
group.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
He was actually
Absolutely.
I don't know.
He felt like an equal,
Yeah.
but just in a different way, though.
Uh-huh.
Because he was with the hacking.
Everyone else, it seemed like they were just jumping on board, but he seemed like he genuinely wanted it.
Yeah, there's
so that's why
there's a lot of
really
love
was
there.
So much
You
better.
would respect.
Yeah,
I
agree.
felt that's why he was so much better.
Yeah.
Because he actually connected with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, by the way,
Great.
amazing acting. Some of the best acting
Yeah,
I've seen him do.
He's
whoa.
great. He's so
Yeah,
great.
his
So good
acting
in
is
this.
really good.
I was the best
expecting
performance.
I think that was the
underrated.
biggest surprise that I had coming out of
I
this
knew he was a
movie.
good actor, but I didn't know if he was a good actor in these movies.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at too. I was like,
Because in actual dramas and stuff I've seen him doing good, but I've never seen him in any of these movies really, or at
Yeah.
least paid attention to it in these movies.
I heard in a podcast a good comparison. It was really interesting. This is more. I think you guys would understand this more if you saw the later movies, but it's like, you know how in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but
Well,
I've seen it.
Yeah, he the villain
Yeah.
is like the embodiment of death.
Okay.
And
keep
someone
going.
was talking about how Ethan Hunt is the embodiment of life, and how there's this. It was very interesting. It was I don't want to talk. I don't know. Don't know if I can do it justice, but it was really
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, he was great.
no, he was so good. He really best performance, I think. for sure.
Well,
No, he was okay. Philip Seymour
Can we
Hoffman
talk
was
about
really
Philip Seymour
Hoffman was
Hoffman
very
for a
good, but no,
second?
come on. Tom Cruise is in the
Oh,
movie way
really?
more.
Oh well, yeah.
And he had I don't know, he just brought it. He had more
Okay.
versatility
Okay,
to
I
it.
understand what you're saying. I see what you're saying with
Yeah,
that.
come
I
on.
think, but the only reason that I'm gonna go against you on this one and say
Okay.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is better
Okay.
is just because I think he played that villain role specifically so well. He's my favorite villain now. Favorite movie
Wow.
villain. Yeah, I'm claiming.
I cannot argue with that at all.
Yeah.
He's,
He was fucking fantastic.
No, because Tom Cruise did really well. He acted very well. He's very talented. But he just played the hero, And I feel that's a little bit not as impressive as pulling off a really really.
Yeah,
big
no,
villain.
you're right there, but he just had so much range.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
had
That
the
surprised me,
range.
too.
He took
did
it from
do-
here to, and his ceiling was just so high, and he was just come on.
See, that's my gripe against The Rock is that The Rock doesn't really have that.
no, he's not. Doesn't have a lot of range.
No.
No, he doesn't
yeah.
have range at all. He's
He can either be-
one-dimensional
He's a good actor.
as fuck.
He can either be
So
the.
I'm saying he's very good at being charismatic, but that's all he can do.
That's 100% agree. I mean, that's also a lot of action stars. Not the
Which is why I
charismatic.
don't think action stars are good actors.
Oh no, most of them aren't. A lot of the Arnold and Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah,
they're
Sylvester
good at
fucking
no.
Stallone.
They're good at looking intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Arnold was best when he was Terminator because.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything.
But the second they try and, it's like
Exactly.
oh boy.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise. That's why he's the best act. He's my favorite.
What was that
action
one
star.
movie with in the courtroom? What's that movie?
Oh,
Shit.
Something.
Oh. All the few good.
A Few
men.
Good Men, yeah.
Yeah.
Few Good
Yeah,
Men.
there you go. I knew Men was in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was so good in that. That's
I
when
never
that's
saw
when I was
that.
like, that was the first time I was really, really.
You can't handle the truth, isn't that in it?
That was
Yeah,
that was
that's
that was that, but that was
The
what's
Jack
his name?
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the best action star. He's a great actor, and then you don't see it a lot in this one, but the 4th, 5th, and 6th, he's just doing these insane stunts that no other action star
Yeah, that's
do
that's
as
the
done.
thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
they don't do anything like crazy in this movie.
That's what I
Nothing-
think is the.
But I think
But the little
that's,
things they
that's
did
what works.
so well.
No, but
yes.
that's what works. Because I think
True.
if they did some like
Uh-huh.
crazy shit with the story like this and like with the progression that they had, it wouldn't have fit.
You know, I,
Yeah,
So I
get-
think
I
I
see where
like
you're
that
coming
like they
from.
kept the action simple but like good, like very very good.
Yeah, because like
Very
I
yeah,
think
they
it
didn't-
worked with that.
Like they really filled the movie with story, yeah. And I get
Uh-huh.
what you're saying. If they did like all these extravagant action sequences, it would like take away just like straight up time from the amount of time it
Exactly.
would take to develop the story. I get that.
Damn,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I agree. Yeah.
So, yeah,
at,
no,
first,
I-
at first that was my big flaw, but I don't.
no, yeah, no, that was
Changed my
that-
mind.
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
and it's the top like that was a good like strategic move, and then
Mhm.
like the cherry on top is that like the thing like the little things that they did do that they interspliced in there were really fucking good. Like like the dressing as him thing that was fucking sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
if they do, because that's such a hard thing to make
Yeah.
look real, the
Yeah,
mask.
yeah, but
and
they
they
did do
could
it.
not have done it more perfect.
Yeah.
If it looked janky, I think it would have been stupid,
would've
but it
ruined the
looked
movie.
good.
It was
no, it would've.
perfect.
It was
but
like
it
the
looked
first
so
big
good. Yeah.
fucking-
And they
thing.
do the clever, like they can't, like they with the camera rotates and it pauses for a second. And then
Uh-huh,
it's him.
yeah.
That's genius.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
that makes it so, and it's slowly getting. 'Cause
Okay,
at first when he wears
clap-
it, it's like how the fuck.
Clap to JJ for that.
Yeah,
that was
clap
good.
so
that
great.
was a good
Holy
shot. Let's talk
clap
about that
for
good shot.
JJ.
This is so easily his best movie. I like.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't he do Guardians?
Insane.
No, he did Star Trek and Star Wars.
Oh, that's right.
And,
He did
you
Star
know.
Wars. Oh, he did Force Awakens, right?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I mean this. Yeah, this. The directing is just kind of
Mhm.
like.
Yeah. It's whatever. But
Woo! This is his best.
Yeah,
though. And it's his first movie he's ever directed. He'd directed like TV shows and stuff, but this is
what
his
a
first
debut.
movie.
Yeah.
And like, god
Insane,
damn,
man.
Mm-hmm.
like, holy shit! This movie is just a constant thrill.
Yeah, no, it was
No,
so
you're
intense.
absolutely
You know,
correct.
just the screenplay, like how they showed the ending in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like
Yeah.
kept just showing that like kept you in the movie the entire time. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
it's
always
like,
want
boom,
because you
you're
want to
in.
put the pieces together. You want to see how it got to that intense ending.
And I
so
also
even though they
like-
showed that intense part already, it didn't take away from the movie at all. If anything, it kept you hooked into the movie.
No, and the
for
cool part
way
about that,
longer.
the cool part about that is that like they would like play with you a little bit. They would like
Yeah,
reopen
yeah.
that interest. Like every
Uh-huh.
once in a while, they
They
would
would, like, mention
yeah,
stuff
say
about
a
it.
name or like
Uh-huh.
like show a picture or something like something that was in that first
Yeah.
scene, and then you almost forget like that you had seen the first scene, and then when you
Exactly.
see that little piece, you're like. Oh shit! That's where this is going,
that's-
and it like
that's
really
what
gets
movie-
you like
that's why it keeps
refocused
you
and
going.
revamped. Yeah,
That's why it keeps
there's
you
a
going.
lot. Yeah, the story's so engaging.
Mhm.
It's I love
Pacing
these
is
movies.
perfect. Like the way they just like build everything up was not a problem. I was never like bored. Like that's the
No.
main way to show
Yeah, it
like
was
pacing
so
that. I was
full
never
and
bored. You
gripping,
were
literally
always...
the entire time.
Yeah. The scene when he's like in the airplane, he's like, "I'm a killer."
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
holy shit,
Yo,
that
my
was-
girlfriend. I'm gonna hurt her.
I'm
gonna
kill
hurt her real bad. Make her bleed.
Holy
Oh my god,
shit.
bleed. And then he
Oh,
and then
yeah,
he tricks
that-
him into getting the name.
Oh my god.
He didn't hit any of the action villain like cliches.
No, he didn't have some stupid
No.
plan.
And he didn't have the
wasn't-
corny ass like dialogue. He was really confident and he backed that shit up. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's
he
all I need.
wasn't just talk.
He confident, he
No,
backed
yeah.
that shit up.
That's
and
why a
that's
lot
what
of
made
the
him
villains-
intimidating.
Yeah,
A lot
they're,
of villains
they're like
fall
super
into that.
confident. Yeah, and it's like it
And then
seems
he
cool at
could've-
first. Yeah, then they can't do anything. It's like okay, that's not.
They just have like a lot of braggadocious, just like corny dialogue.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it, they just get their asses kicked.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
This one,
Philip
this
Seymour
No.
Hoffman, though.
this guy broke Tom Cruise down
Oh my
completely.
God.
You in these movies, that's the thing. There's never stakes. That's what I noticed. In these like action movies, there's never like actual stakes where it feels like, oh, like they actually have to like nail this. Like, oh, I hope they
Yeah,
nail this, because
yeah,
you
yeah.
always figure they're gonna be completely fine. In this. At every point, it felt like there was actual stakes, and you wanted
and
them
they
to
set
actually.
that up right in the fucking.
They set that up in
beginning,
the right in
too.
the fucking
right in the
beginning.
Like,
That
all
was
right,
so fucking
anything
smart.
can happen in this movie. Like you see that, you're like,
Exactly.
all right, I don't know where the fuck this is gonna go. Yeah, this is not gonna
Uh-huh.
have a predictable plot. They let you know
oh
that
no, you
right from the
cannot
get go.
tell what's gonna happen. Oh,
And that's the key to an action movie. Is like you have to have the stakes. You got to convince them of the stakes.
yeah,
Beautiful.
This, just every like Ian, it's just done so well. Like every like he's gonna live, but the way they do craft it and
exactly,
put
you
it
still
in,
like holy shit.
Yeah, when he's under the car, when he just. Every action scene he's in, it's like he's always barely getting through.
Yeah, it's like every action scene's in, there's a point where you're like, oh, he's fucked. Like,
Yeah.
man.
It's like he's good at everything, but at the same time, it's just like...
Like, is he good enough?
Yeah.
Is he good enough
And then,
for
like, in
this
these spy
situation?
movies-
Because this is pretty overwhelming.
In these spy movies, they always, like, with the gadgets and the guns and stuff, like, they always make the main hero so overpowered.
Usually it comes off as so hokey, too,
Exactly,
dude.
it just
like
feels
a fucking
like...
laser
it just,
pen? Are you shitting me?
Yeah, I don't know, it just feels like, they're unbeatable almost.
Yeah.
But in this, dude, like I said, Tom Cruise is literally broken down. Like, he has to use every, like, inch of his brain to just, like,
Also, I
figure out a
feel like,
solution.
like what you were saying, I feel like the old movies with, like, the gadgets and all that shit, you never invested either, because, like you said, they're, like, gods. Like, they get through any situation.
Exactly.
Tom Cruise, in these movies, he feels more like just, like, some guy being really clever.
Pretty
throughout the
much.
entire
That's
time.
what...
That's
way
what
more
a spy
impressive.
is, dude.
Exactly. That's why it was like, oh, he's good.
He was
Those are the
crafty.
best action heroes, too, are the ones
Yeah,
that
it's like
aren't...
they're not too good.
yeah, like Indiana Jones, he's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
getting shit. And,
Yeah. I completely agree.
like, those are the best ones instead of the guys that are just super... Like The Rock.
Yeah, nothing ever goes wrong for
Like,
oh my god.
you're never worried about The Rock.
You're
Yeah.
never...
They had to literally take away a leg for him to be... like, yeah.
Seriously, like, watching this movie and thinking about Hobbs and Shaw, like, pisses me off.
Yeah.
God.
This movie...
Like, it's really not that hard to make an action movie. Like, and it just makes it, Hobbs and Shaw feel like they didn't even try.
Yeah.
It seems like they didn't even try. They were just pumping it out. If you just put some thought, like, you can make it just as good as any other movie.
I also... Yeah, another reason why, like, the villain of Hobbs and Shaw was terrible. And it was just the generic...
so bad.
And I think it's a perfect way to not do a villain, and then the perfect way to do a villain in this one. Because it's like... His motivations aren't like so like stupid, and they're like they're not like I don't know, next evolution, all that bullshit. And like the rabbit's foot, they don't even really go into what it is that much.
I kind of like that though.
I
Yeah,
love that.
I kind of like that.
cool.
Usually it's like, oh yeah, it's like
Because
then
then,
it
then
doesn't
you have
matter.
that,
It doesn't
then you have
matter.
that super unrealistic scene where
Exactly.
someone explains it all. It's like, why are you saying all this? Like,
That's
that would never happen.
Exactly, like Hobbs and Shaw does that kind of shit with whatever disease, just some bullshit.
Yeah, it's like no
this,
one gives.
they're- yeah.
Like, this is not like
It's
everyone
not important
tunes
to the
out when that
story.
conversation happens.
100%. No one's invested.
That scene
Every
almost
time
ruins
it's in
the
an action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually, like, the final weapon, they make it so dramatic.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
like,
God,
it's
yeah.
gonna kill this many people. It's this big
gonna
ass
kill them.
fucking, it's this big
They're gonna
fucking bomb
breathe
and atomic shit and radiation and all kinds of other bullshit. This one, like, they just kept it simple. Like, all they know is, like, hey, it's dangerous as fuck, and that's where they left it at.
Yeah, because it's
That's
not...
all they needed. That's all they needed.
Because it's not there. The conflict isn't, oh, I gotta stop. The weapon, yeah, it's important, but it's more focused on him and his wife, which is way more
And
interesting.
Yeah, then it
way
becomes
more
like a
intense.
1v1 match.
Yes.
Too, just like
That's
him
what
versus-
that is literally the life source of this movie, is that whole, storyline with him and his wife, and the progression of Tom Cruise and his development with that relationship, and him questioning everything about his career and like what he wants from life, and obviously, and you should ride with that, not this big weapon, and like you shift focus into that. Like, what is that gonna do? What is that? No, they did perfectly with the writing on this.
This movie is just, it's funny when it wants to be funny. It's exciting when it wants to be
And it's
exciting.
emotional when it wants to be emotional.
It's
There you
just what it goes for. It gets it, baby.
go. Okay.
Thank
we
you.
talked a lot of good. My only gripe is the twist, dude.
Which one?
The twist. This is
Yeah,
the
Lawrence
only thing.
Fishburne.
This is
I
not
love
even
that.
Fishburne. The Fishburne thing was fine. It was the other dude.
Yeah, no, I like that.
The other dude. I didn't
Really?
like that because, like, I saw it coming, to be honest.
See, the first time
When
I
I
saw
saw
it, I
Lawrence-
didn't at all.
No, when I saw Lawrence Fishburne and then this guy getting so much light, I'm like, it's gonna be him.
Oh,
They were like, you know what they said? You
interesting.
know what they said in the very beginning? They were like, it was access from Lawrence okay, what's his name? I don't even remember his
I
fucking
don't
name.
know.
It started with a B, whatever his name was. It was from his computer. And that immediately was like, okay, so that doesn't mean he used it. And then after that, this guy was just like strung along through the entire movie when he really wasn't even doing anything at all. He was just kind of like behind the scenes and he's like, yeah, I approved it. No, I didn't approve it. I didn't hear about it, and that's it. And then so you knew like they were gonna do something with him, and I knew the twist was gonna be with him, and it was with him, and I didn't like that mainly because it takes away from Philip Seymour Hoffman. This is the same thing that happened in Batman Dark Knight Rises, where they do this twist, they force this twist, and it takes away from the villain that was established, and his motivations are already established, and then like they do the twist, and it just took away from Philip Seymour Hoffman, because after the new guy showed up, I honestly completely forgot about him until Tom Cruise and him had the final action scene, and his death was, I did not like it.
Yes, the death
and
was
see,
fine.
that's why, like, they do the twist, and then they throw the villain that they already established in the garbage, and it takes away from him. And that's why, like, I was more blown away with Tom Cruise than I was with Philip Seymour Hoffman, because I felt like they didn't take his potential as far as they possibly could have with that ending.
But also, that's not the acting, though.
No, that isn't the acting, but I'm saying, like...
Wait. Was Philip Seymour Hoffman was working for that guy?
I thought they were at least connected.
I thought he was working for Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Was it? I thought Philip Seymour Hoffman was working
I think
for
that
him.
was it. I think he was working for Philip Seymour Hoffman. No, yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
I don't think Philip Seymour Hoffman wasn't working for him.
Oh, because that's what I thought you were saying.
Still, the twist and the
Sorry.
main villain, my point still stands. Whoever was working for who. It's just the fact that it's this twist and you have to focus on this guy, and I just don't like that. They didn't do it as bad as Dark Knight Rises.
They didn't
nowhere
make him...
near close as bad as that.
That's what I
But
was
it was
waiting
still
for.
a flaw. It was still a flaw.
They did, because they didn't... Well, with Dark Knight Rises, the big difference is they didn't make the suit guy like the main villain.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
why I think that... And I didn't...
No, but the thing is, like, after that twist happens, like, it wasn't that dramatic. It wasn't that dramatic with, especially with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I was just glad
I was
just glad Lawrence Fishburne was a good guy.
And the thing is,
I was like, hurrah!
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's what I was mainly thinking
obviously,
about.
But like, see, I saw that. But the guy, he like puts the phone up and he gets his like hand chopped off, and then like he shows up with the weapon in his hand. Why would you take it? That's
true.
Okay, that one really bugged me. That he
That's a
just
good point.
is when he was with his wife, and then the dude shows up, and I'm like, wait, does he have that with him right now?
That's
Then he dies, and then they get the weapon. Oh, and it's over.
Yeah,
And how did they kill Philip Seymour Hoffman? By throwing him up, and Tom
I
Cruise.
agree.
Yeah,
That,
that
This
was
is
dumb.
why
That
that
was
ending,
like,
they
aw.
could have hit it much better. They could have hit it better.
it
And
was
that's
still...
my only gripe. That's my only gripe. Everything else is fucking perfect.
See, I can't. It's hard for me to argue because the twist, I just didn't. I did not see it coming at all.
Yeah,
So,
I kind of saw it.
I
I see what
can't-
they were doing.
So that's just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Mhm.
But
You see my point, though? That's all I was trying to make.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I do. I just Dark Knight Rises. It's a whole.
Dark Knight Rises was a whole nother level, and that's why,
Yeah,
like,
so
it did,
much worse.
that
Yeah,
ruined
yep,
that.
yep,
like,
yep.
took a big hit on that movie. I don't think this twist took that big hit on the
Not
movie
at all. Definitely.
But
no.
it's still it was the only
Okay,
thing.
but I
the
can
only
see
thing
where
that
you're
bugged
coming
me, and
from,
I had
though.
to kind of say it.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just. Ooh, yeah. I thought the lip reading scene was cool.
Yeah, no, that was
Oh,
cool.
yeah,
that
that
was
was
cool.
cool.
There's just
See, that's like
That was
subtle
another little
spy
thing
shit.
they did,
Subtle
yeah.
spy shit.
Oh yeah, the spy shit is always fun to watch. They do.
And they didn't have to use like some really extravagant gadget either. They just did like something cool with like lip reading and like angles and all that shit.
Yeah. And the thing about the gadgets, which is always fun, is they don't like it makes it so much more exciting when they don't work that well or like they just fuck up.
Yeah.
Like it's they do these and that's in the Mission Impossible movies. That's like a constant thing where the gadgets always are, and it's like you could see it as repetitive, but it never is because it just adds so much to it. Like I love when he's getting the voice thing ready.
Yeah.
And he talks, and it's fucked up,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
he gets
yeah.
normal. I mean, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like, oh yeah, I have this gadget, and it can just like
And
solve
it works
the
perfectly
exact
all
Yeah.
the time.
this exact problem that we
like
have right now.
big like Captain America, Winter Soldier did that face mask thing,
Yeah.
And it's just like she talks like her, and she just peels it back and is everything. But I love they do this and so much better because it's just it's like so much more difficult.
Yeah.
Like they gotta mold it, and he's gotta get the voice. Like I love when he reads the card. Like that was so clever, and because it's so silly, just automatically.
When he was doing it at first, I'm like, wait, what is he doing? Like, what is this for?
Yeah.
And
I
then
had the same thought the first time.
I was like, oh.
It's just ooh.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of the wife?
She was good for her role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
She was
I
good.
Think she was pretty
And
good.
honestly,
Yeah, I didn't have
she
any-
was
I didn't have
honestly
any
above
outstanding
average for
problems.
her role, honestly, because when she got when Tom Cruise was dead, she actually like showed up.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah, that. was
Usually, what do they
impressive.
do in these kind of movies? When it's like the wife or the girlfriend, she's the damsel in the
Mm-hmm.
distress. She's the one that needs to be saved. But in this kind of situation, like she had to fend for herself, and she actually like did it realistically,
Yeah.
like a real
I
person.
love that. And she
Come on,
did it.
dude, she was
she
fucking
used.
great.
Yeah,
She's,
I agree.
She's
That was
just
pretty good.
she's smart, so that's how she got out of
Yeah.
it. You know, like she
Uh-huh.
just used her brain and
Yeah,
like,
she
that was such
and
a
it
cool-
wasn't anything outlandish. It wasn't
Yeah,
anything
it wasn't
crazy.
like okay, but it
And,
also
and it
wasn't-
made her character so much
Yeah.
more like significant and so much
Completely
more.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Because for a second I was like, oh, it's gonna be like Luther or something, and she's gonna like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So, yeah, I
or
thought she
like
was
she's
great.
gonna drop the gun and Luther's gonna kill the
Yeah.
guy or something. But no, I thought she's really good actress, but her character was a little like she's just amazing. Like her character's that she's just a great person. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I
pretty
kinda get
much.
that.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of less interesting. She doesn't have a lot of personality like
Uh-huh.
the character, but I thought the acting was really good.
No, the acting was good, but like, yeah, they just didn't
Just
write
wasn't good
enough
enough role.
for her. But I mean, it made sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It
not
made
a big
sense.
deal.
It didn't really detract from it
because
because their
it's gotta be
relationship
someone you like.
got enough attention.
Yeah.
Their relationship was all
It
you
wasn't
really
too
needed.
much and it wasn't too little. Like it was a
Mm-hmm.
perfect amount where you care about her and their relationship, and yeah, it's the ending is sweet
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. Sorry guys, I don't know if I can keep it going. I don't know if the listeners want to hear me sob, but it's just a beautiful life thing.
Okay.
Beautiful man, beautiful woman.
Yeah, Tom Cruise's eyes, everyone. If you go see this,
Yeah.
look into
Oh
his
yeah,
eyes.
insane, dude.
His eyes are so big. Like his actual eyeball isn't big, but like the actual thing, I don't know what that's called.
What are you talking
the
about?
iris?
The actual eye part, not the white part.
Oh yeah.
That
yeah.
part is gigantic.
I think that is the
Pupil?
iris. No, I think that's the iris.
No, people.
No, that's more in.
The iris is the colored part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the iris.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
eyes.
you're right. No,
You
they're
will get
huge.
lost
They're
in his
insane.
eyes.
Yeah.
I never thought he was that attractive of a man, but those eyes, dude.
Yeah, man, he's a good-looking dude.
Mhm.
He's a good looking guy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
most definitely. Oh, yeah, this. It's a great movie. And I think it only gets better from here. So you guys, please, should definitely watch the other one.
I probably will actually.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Because they actually do crazy shit in the
They do
ones after.
crazy shit. It's
Yeah.
so. Ooh. So what was that thing you were thinking about
Oh,
lately?
dude.
Josh was talking about how he was thinking about something
I was
lately,
thinking
but he's
about
gonna save it
something-
for the podcast.
and yeah, this will be good for them. The DC movies portrayal of Superman fucking sucks.
Oh, 100%.
Like I thought, like, before I'm like Man of Steel, I was like, oh, it's just his own take of like, what Superman should be. But like the more I think about it, the more like I was reading about All-Star Superman, and the
Yeah.
more I think about that movie, the more I'm like, dude, they got the character just so wrong.
Wait,
It's
what
not
are you?
even-
Wait. What are you talking about?
No, I'm
Batman?
talking about in like the DC universe, like in comparison to like what Superman actually
you mean-
is,
oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
reading about All-Star
okay.
Superman,
I thought-
the more it just shows me like how wrong they got it in the
Mhm.
universe. Like he's just like
Oh.
he's just really like negative, and
Uh,
whenever like push comes
Definitely
to
get that vibe a lot.
and
God.
whenever, and whenever push comes to shove, dude, he runs away, which
yeah,
like
he's a
Superman
fucking
never.
lame.
ever
Yeah,
does.
You're right. He's kind of a little bitch in the movie.
The only thing
does
Henry
that.
Cavill has is I really like.
He has
his
the look.
voice. And his voice, he's just got a
Oh,
really
yeah, he's
good
got a
like
voice.
Superman
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
I think
Just
he's
the way he
got the look,
talks.
too.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah,
look.
he looks a lot like.
And I think he could have done a better performance, but
The writing didn't even give him a
No.
chance.
That's why Man of Steel.
They just got the characters, and that's the trend with all of them. Superman, they got the character so wrong. Batman, dude, I was thinking about it. Dude, Batman was killing people.
he
in that
was
movie.
crazy.
Batman was just
He
killing
wanted-
people like crazy. He's not even a superhero anymore. People forget that it's
Yes.
superhero. People are forgetting about the hero part. These guys aren't fucking heroes. They're awful fucking people.
Yeah, you
Seriously,
have
they're
a very
awful
valid point
people.
Batman's. You know what? I
And
could,
Joker, they got the character so wrong with that too. They got the character except Wonder Woman, they got that right. But everyone else, what are you doing?
Bat-
Batman.
was cool.
Batman tries to kill Superman with a spear of kryptonite
Yeah,
because for I don't even know. I don't. He thought he was dangerous. Yeah. It's terrible.
It's so fucking dumb.
I like that.
Batman's doing CrossFit. He's such a douchebag.
But I have to say, ignoring the killing part, that Batman warehouse
Affleck could've
fight
been
scene
good.
is
yeah.
one of the
It's
best
dope.
superhero fight scenes
Straight
I
up.
have ever
Oh,
seen.
it's
No
so
matter
great.
what, no matter how shitty that movie is, that warehouse scene
Would've seemed
is
so much
fucking
better if it
gold.
was surrounded
It was
by a
fucking
good
gold.
plot.
He is like literally beating these people to death because I remember oh my god, he punches this one guy, he fucking flies. Hits the wall. There's just blood, just like all on the like white wall, and you can see it so
Dude,
easily.
he's a fucking psycho in
No,
that
he's a
movie.
psycho.
Yeah.
Psychopath.
And then in Justice League, he's just making dumb jokes.
And in Justice
It's
League,
like, oh my
he's.
god, it could not have been Ben Affleck got such the shitty end of the like.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
He got
He
two
got
two
over.
opposite bad portrayals
Yeah.
in different ways.
Yeah, that's wow. Someone hates him.
But then back to Man of Steel, like I think the movie's fine,
The
but
movie
like
itself is fine, but the more I think about that this is a Superman movie,
Yes.
the more I'm hating it.
I'm glad
That's the only thing.
I've been saying this just like you need people like the people behind these movies don't understand like characters like they don't like some don't fit into certain tones.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I like my Batman like dark and gritty, but it'd be it's not always best when he's, lighthearted. And that's the complete opposite for Superman. Like
And it's also not good when Batman is so dark and gritty that he just
true.
thinks it's fine.
Yeah, no,
Kill anyone
they
that he
took
can
it way
fucking-
too far
fucking
where
can.
he's
That was
branding
pretty
people. But yeah,
And, I saw this interview of what's his name, whoever directed it.
Zack Snyder.
Him talking about like his justification for oh my god, this is so stupid. His justification for why Batman like
I saw
kills
it too.
and you know why he took it that way when he's known for like, literally not killing. And he was like, well, he was basically telling you that you don't know if those people
Yeah.
die like in those scenes. Like you don't know because you don't know what happens to them. So you just gotta like not think about it, not think about like their death. So like
That
if
makes
they're dying,
sense so
or
much.
not.
So he was like going through the movie, like just
That was-
expecting that. Oh my god,
it makes sense. Like for him doing what he did, his thought process fits with that. But it's still so stupid. Like you can tell these guys have never picked up a comic book ever.
Yes.
Oh no! He picked up one comic book. It's the one.
Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
that's
everything.
it.
Because Dark Knight Returns is supposed to be like a satire, and Superman's like an asshole because it's like it's making fun of him.
he's a
but-
fucking moron.
But
took
the
it in total-
director just thinks that's how Superman is,
and he just rolled with it.
and they make him
And
an
Batman,
asshole.
okay, and Batman is very dark in that movie. He's
Yeah.
very, very, because it's it's in the future and he's
Yeah.
fighting like
It's a different
mutant,
thing.
like weird, like
This is
alien
Batman
mutant looking thing.
Very old, and he's coming back,
yeah,
and
so
it's
it fit
this
with
doesn't
that
fit.
storyline. But it's like, what is he doing with this entire universe, this entire character, both of them, all of them, everything is all fucked up.
yeah. It seems like
Except Wonder Woman.
he wanted to make a Dark Knight Returns movie, but the producers in the studio wanted a Batman versus Superman movie,
Uh-huh.
so he just didn't.
It just made it's such a hot hot mess.
Yeah, it's just
Such a hot mess.
yeah, and
The more I think about Wonder Woman, the more I love that movie.
yeah, it's a great movie. They got
It's
it
literally
right.
everything up until the end. The end just
Yeah, it's
destroys
kinda fucking
everything.
fucks it up a
The
little.
end destroys the rest of the movie. But if you
Yeah.
just
How'd
don't
they
pay
do
attention,
that? Because really, the rest of the movie was so fucking good.
you know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Because they felt obligated to have a final fight scene.
And it's just
Because
CGI,
without the fight
boring.
scene, because without the fight scene, the plot, completely comes full circle.
Yep.
Everything, and Wonder Woman has that great war scene. I don't know, they just felt obligated to do a final fight scene. You know why? Because that's just the standard. That's what
Yep.
every superhero movie does. So it's expected that you do that. So what do? They were like, oh, we'll just bring back Ares
Ugh.
and have him be the reason that war exists
And it's like what? He
in the
defeats
world?
him.
What?
So
Like,
and
what?
Also, it's World War I, and she defeats him, and it's like a happy thing, like wars are over. But we all know World War II
Exactly,
happens. The
exactly.
fuck?
And
And
that's
it doesn't happen that long after.
That's exactly why that doesn't make sense. Though them making Ares be the source of why,
no.
war happens. Why
They're,
did
like,
they do
going
that?
in the right
if
direction.
they didn't do that, Chris Pine's development, him saying that mankind, mankind, or they're both, there's good and bad, but just because they're bad doesn't mean they don't have any value. That was his whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why? And then the whole Chris Pine thing was so well done. And if they just rode with that and didn't do the stupid Ares thing, great movie.
It's
fantastic, amazing movie.
crazy. They
But
go
they
in the
did
right
the Ares thing, and it completely negates the whole point of his thing.
Yeah. They go into the right direction, and then with the whole thing, and then they just completely just fucking crash and burn. It's
Oh man, I don't know why they. But still, that movie.
still
80% of it is very
it's
good.
insanely better over any of the other
Any
ones.
of the other
Not
ones.
even close.
Like, and
And
then
they got a character right, so I mean, I can't complain.
and Superman chokes out General Zod and Man of Steel.
And snaps his neck. That's another
Yeah.
thing. He snaps his neck.
Jesus, it's
You had
Superman.
Superman. wait. You had Superman snap someone's neck. What?
And come on, guy, he didn't give a shit.
Wait. But you don't know if he's dead.
Oh yeah.
You just gotta not think about that.
No, I think they emphasized yeah, he's definitely dead. I think the movie just gave.
Oh yeah, no,
that
he's
direct
dead.
message
You
across.
see his corpse in
Yeah.
Batman v Superman. Yeah, they just, and it's so stupid.
And you know what's even more stupid about that scene? He did it so the laser beam didn't hurt these people that were over there.
They could just walked away.
No, what doesn't make sense is
Or duck.
why was that the first thought that Superman had to
yeah.
break it? He couldn't have done it. He's this all super, being, and he couldn't do anything else.
Break his neck.
He couldn't do anything else but break his neck. Anything? You have so many things around you. You have so many tools at your disposal, just physical tools, and you just had to snap his neck. And how did Zod let his neck get snapped?
Yeah.
That made him look like a pussy. What? These movies make no
Oh,
sense.
and Batman v Superman, there's both so hypocritical.
Yeah, both of them. It's
The reasons they hate each other is they're exactly the same. He's like, Superman's like, I hate his methods. It's like, you do the same exact shit, you
It's
idiot.
it's like they tried to outdo how hypocritical the both of them can be.
Like they both.
They're
were
just trying to outdo
like
each
you
other.
dumbasses, you're both dangerous.
You both should
And
be
you're
locked
both
up. You're
supposed to be
both on
the smartest
superheroes.
fucking people.
Yeah. It's like you gotta have the contrast. You gotta Captain America, Iron Man. They have completely different ways of doing
Yeah,
things.
that's how they do it.
And Civil
right.
War, it's perfect when they clash.
Yeah.
And this, it just doesn't work because they're exactly the same. I mean, Superman is supposed to be the bright, cheery, and the come on, it's so
so-
obvious.
it's
Everyone
so-
knows that.
They're supposed to be foils. They're supposed to be back and forth, man.
No,
that
or
was
like-
their whole thing.
Or even
But
dark.
no, they're the same character. They're both same dark, shitty character.
Superman is in those movies is just a dumber Batman with powers.
Yeah.
That's all he
Dumber
is.
Batman with superpowers.
Like he threatens to fucking, I don't know, kill Batman in the Batmobile. He's like, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up and kill you. kittens. Come on.
We got the verbatim.
You're supposed to be saving kittens from trees.
You know what?
That's my favorite Superman line.
Another movie I've been thinking about a lot is Spider-Man: Homecoming. No. Yeah, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Yeah, no, that's a much better movie than I gave it credit for. I really want to see Far
interesting.
From Home. I still haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you
But-
rewatched Homecoming, or you just think about it?
I'll probably watch Homecoming and then see Far
yeah,
From
Far From
Home.
Home.
Yeah, because I want to. Yeah, but
Great movie.
yeah, no, I
it's
was
a
just
good
thinking
movie.
about Spider-Man in general, and you know what's really cool that they do in Amazing Spider-Man 2? Like, it's literally
okay.
probably the only scene in that entire movie
Lay
that's
it on
actually
me.
very, very good. Remember when, like, that car, like, is going off a bridge, and Spider-Man, like, flung his web, and, like, he was talking to the kid that was, like, in the car, like, and when he first saw Spider-Man, he was really freaked out, because it's, like, you see this dude in a suit, like, and you're hanging off a bridge,
Yeah.
like, you're gonna be really freaked out. So what does he do? Dude, he takes off his mask, and he's like, oh, look, like, I'm just, like, like, a normal person, like, I'm just, like, person, I'm just trying to help
I
you.
do
And then
remember
he
that
gives him the
scene.
mask to, like, give him the the
was a
strength
good
that, like,
scene.
where is that gone? Like, that's what I'm noticing is, like, the hero part of, like, these superhero movies is just completely missing. Like, I love that shit. Like, that shit is
Man
so
of
cool.
Steel needed a scene like that,
They
but it
needed
never did. All-Star Superman. Did you ever read it?
No, but I know the.
Oh,
gist
but
of it. I
like,
know
there's
the
this
gist of it.
scene where this girl's like, like about to kill herself and jump off a building, and Superman comes and talks to her, and it's like one of the best things. in
See,
the
like
world.
that, like those kind of scenes are so good, and there's a lot of that in like
Yeah.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. That's
Yes.
why
Yes.
Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
and
That's
that's
baby.
That is what it is, dude.
And
That's what separates those from the rest. That is
Boom,
it.
baby.
This Spider-Man has heart. He's a true hero. Fuck yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That is it.
And even though Tobey Maguire is really emotional, you love him because of that.
Yeah.
He's the definition of just a pure-souled superhero. And pure soul, just like Spider-Man, like that's what he is,
Yeah.
That's why that's why I think like Tobey Maguire still nails that so well.
But yeah, so Homecoming. What made you like?
Oh, it's just like I don't know, because it's just how well they got him right.
Yes,
That's
the
the
character
main
is
thing.
at its best.
It's just
He's
because the more I
great-
think about
yeah,
it, like they got the dorky part right. They made his smartness like not too overblown and in your face, and they got that right. And like the high school thing, and like they added like a friend. He has a friend
Yeah.
this time, which I felt like for this Spider-Man, like he needed someone like that.
Exactly. He
He
needs
really,
someone to bounce off.
I never thought much of that character before, but like now I'm like, yeah, no, he definitely needed someone like that. And the way it goes into like the Vulture is
Yeah,
great.
there you
And
got
Michael Keaton is so good, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like that was the first time Marvel really like nailed a villain. I
Yeah,
think.
it was the
Yeah.
first one. It was like, oh shit, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Unless
Were we-
Black Panther was before that, but
Black Panther was after.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Now he was the first one. He was the very first one.
Yeah, I remember, cause just. Ooh.
And he's just a kid, and it's just so believable.
I remember leaving that movie feeling so good.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I was like, holy shit, they knocked it out of the park again.
Yeah.
Like, then there was just solid Spider-Man movie, and
Mm-hmm.
they just.
And everyone's saying like Far From Home is better.
I think I like Homecoming a little bit more.
No, I think I like Far From Home
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, I'm hearing
It's
that a lot.
close. They're definitely close. They're in the same.
And I know
league.
Mysterio's the villain.
Yeah, he's great.
And oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm
I
gonna
think
lose
he's,
it.
I think he's better than Vulture.
Yep,
And
yep,
that
yep,
reason
yep,
alone, I
yep.
feel like I'm gonna love this movie. So
yeah,
much.
Mysterio's
I know
fucking
you're
You know,
great.
I've been
too.
begging for Mysterio
And
for
there-
so long. In
there's a-
any movie, I don't care what movie. And it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Are you fucking kidding me?
He's
Yeah.
so good.
This
Yeah.
is perfect.
Yup.
And I know that they address like the whole thing that happened in like Infinity
And
War.
they do it
And they do
so
it like
well.
subtly. I heard that's what I heard.
They do
yeah.
it so. It's such a
Uh-huh.
clever. Oh,
Perfect.
it's so
It's perfect.
So
and
I'm
they
looking
do
forward to
interesting-
this, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah. I think you brought it up, and it actually is my biggest flaw with the movie.
Don't spoil anything.
No, it's just like, he doesn't want to be Spider-Man, because the world. But then it's like, He doesn't want to save, but it's like the world won't be around if he.
Yeah, they do that. That's not even like. I mean, that's a mistake to make in this movie, but it's not specific to this movie at all. Yeah, we're like whenever heroes are like,
it's a lot.
Yeah, like I don't want to save the world. Like they get approached with a mission, and they're like, I don't want to save the world. Like, if you don't save the world, there's not going to be a world to like. They're like, I don't want to save the world. I want to be with my girlfriend or whatever.
Your girlfriend's gonna die.
Yeah, like you and your girlfriend are both gonna die. You fucking idiot.
I mean, I get that because it's like.
It makes sense.
He's a kid, and think about like the amount of weight on his shoulders. You know, like he's just really overwhelmed.
That's. And then the movie.
I think some of it too is like they assume like, oh, they'll find someone else to do it. You know?
Yeah, probably. Because it's kid. It's like
it's
the
MCU.
What you think. He's a kid.
Yeah.
So like everyone knows there's just a million heroes around.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right, it does, and it's completely believable why he would think that because Iron Man just died.
Yeah.
No, I knew that. No, I knew that, Greg. I knew that. I saw a spoiler pretty recently. It took me. I don't know.
Save, dude. Iron Man just died his hair, dude. Tony Stark's a blonde now.
No more. I knew that one. It's the only spoiler I've seen.
It's been what fucking.
Yeah, that's why
5 months.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm just surprised that and I just recently found out. But I mean, that's what I thought would happen. I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know how he dies. I don't know how that happens. But I knew he was gonna die because I'm like, if anyone's gonna die in here, it's gonna be him or Cap.
That's great.
Duh.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's just the fact that they got Spider-Man so right. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't paying enough attention to.
Yeah, they've really. I mean, the first introduction in Civil War is so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the after credit scene of Far From Home is the best.
Oh my
It's the
god.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It should have been the ending.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like it would have just made the movie better if it was the actual ending.
It was also weird because it wasn't even after like a long pause either.
Yeah, because it's like picks up right where it lays off, and it just. Oh, wow. Yes, that is.
And the more I think about like how strong of a character like Peter and Spider-Man are in the MCU, and like how well they got him, I just get pissed off about Captain Marvel. Yeah. It's like the only character that like
they just
made
up.
So boring. And they just
so
fucked
weird.
up so much.
They get every character right usually.
Exactly, and
and then for some reason Captain Marvel they just couldn't. There just wasn't.
It's like they couldn't, and honestly it makes sense because Captain Marvel like in the comics like there's nothing to her.
I haven't really read her.
And it's the same problem with like Doctor Strange too. Doctor Strange in the comics doesn't have much personality at all.
I think Doctor Strange is pretty good in the movies. I like him in the movies.
And in the movies, they actually gave him some personality.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it's just hard to make a character for those movies.
Okay,
it's not for everyone. And it's like, it was obvious with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't have that strong a personality. They didn't know where to take her character.
There's so many, they tried to do everything.
They just tried to do everything.
They tried to hit
the entire fucking spectrum.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
So, I mean, I get it. It was a problem they're going to face with at least someone. They managed to do Doctor Strange very
it kind of makes you appreciate how well they did the other ones. Just like seeing one example of like
Captain
really
America.
Bad one.
Oh my god. Iron Man. Oh my god. I honestly just go through every single character. Pepper Potts. Oh my god. But I honestly like the MCU movies over the comics. Like. In my opinion,
I know what you're saying. They have like a certain
because there's some certain like I think Spider-Man comics are like
that was the main thing that I was gonna.
That's gonna be hard to top. And the Daredevil comics, it's like holy shit. And but I've read Iron Man comics and he without the Robert Downey Jr. like flair, he's
way better in the movies. I'll 100% agree with that.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy, it's the biggest like disappointment. Like
I've never read any of those.
There's just. The two main things is like Drax is completely different. He's just really serious.
They made him really interesting in the movies. That's the thing. In the comics, he's just this like, they
really give him depth in the movies for sure.
Oh, he's the funniest character in the movies,
and he's not like just the comic relief.
He's a badass.
Yeah, he's like multi-sided.
They got it. Yeah,
he does a lot of.
And he's also got that like tragic past to him. Mm-hmm. But in the comics. it's just tragic past, and he's just pissed off and angry. Like,
Yeah,
he's just
all
so
the time,
boring.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's such a huge part. And also, like, Peter Quill is not as interesting. Like, it doesn't have... Because in the comics, he, like...
I'm pretty sure so is the mom thing, right?
Kinda. It's a little weird.
I know it's not with the ego
But-
and the dad and all
But
that,
basically, he
I know the mom
like...
thing, so-
He goes to space when he's, like, in his 20s.
Oh.
Where
Really?
the whole interesting thing about, like,
Yeah, it
Peter
was
Quill
that
is that he
was
gets
raised in
abducted as a
space,
kid,
yeah,
and he still has, like...
Yeah.
And he's still kind of a kid, and that's what makes
Yeah,
him...
Guardians of the Galaxy, without a doubt, like, the movies got way...
The movies are so much better
The
than
movies
the
became
comics.
iconic. Like, the comics were never gonna get there.
Yeah, because
they weren't
yeah,
even
the
close.
comics, they started only really making the comics once the movies got popular.
Even
'cause
like
there was-
before they were in the movies, no one even really paid attention
No,
to
not
that
at all.
much.
They were
And
like,
it's for
everyone
a
was like,
reason.
what?
It's 'cause
Guardians of
those
the
characters were
Galaxy?
the-
Yeah,
comics,
I
there
still
really
remember.
isn't-
Yeah, when they're making a Guardians of the Galaxy
They were
movie.
like,
Exactly.
what the
What
fuck?
the
Exactly.
fuck?
I
Now
guarant-
everyone knows these names.
Yeah. Yeah, this... Yeah.
Oh,
They're-
Guardians too. Another cool thing about Drax is like, yeah, he has like a troubled past and stuff, but like they never throw that in your face too much.
Yeah,
and
it's never, like-
And what they got so well in Guardians 2 is when like Mantis and him are like sitting
Yep.
down, and like you know how like Mantis
Mhm.
touches him, and like she can just tell by that, and it's like
No
that's how they
words.
got that across. Like that's how they show
Yeah.
like how bad of like a past he has without like throwing it in your face and shoving it down your throat.
Oh, there's such a clever way
And
to do
that's
it.
just a clever
Yeah,
way to
no
do
like
it.
stupid monologue.
Clever way to do it.
No, I know dumb flashbacks.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ooh, yeah, that's...
Yeah, those are so lazy when they do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, then the DC movies, it's a complete 100% opposite, where the
Yep.
movies will never be able to live up to
No,
anything
those
in
I
the comics.
honestly kind of prefer DC comics more, just because you know Batman,
Yeah,
Superman.
I like DC
They
comics
just
more
have
than
way
Marvel.
too many good.
but then, yeah, it's
villains
the
and
complete
way too
opposite
many
with the
good
movies.
stories. But yeah, the movies are oh my god.
I mean, if they could- And I just don't think... I don't know. I really... It is going to be a very long time until, like, an actual DC universe...
Joker.
is... Yeah, but I
No,
think...
universe, forget about it.
I
think
just- yeah,
they're never
movies-
gonna nail a universe. I don't think that's gonna
I
happen.
just-
I
yeah,
think
just
they
too
should
late.
just release a movie how they want to, like
That's
get a director,
their
get a
only
good
way.
script, so you can actually make a good movie. When you do the universe, you try to
fucked it
like
up too much.
expand too much at the same time, like
they never
cater to a
focus
bunch
on
of
the movie
audiences.
at
What are you
hand.
doing?
It's always like they
Exactly.
sacrifice the movie that they're coming out with for like future movies, but then just like
100%.
none of them end up being good.
You know what they do? They take the fact that they have the brand, they have the, you know, the name already. They take that for granted and they think they could pump out whatever bullshit that they want. And people will still eat it up and they'll still make a lot of money because of the brand.
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking. Marvel, like, knows that, too. Like, Marvel knows that, like, their brand, they could pump out bullshit,
Especially
too.
like
but you know what
later,
they
once
do?
They got really popular.
Yeah,
Like, they
but you know
can
what they do? They still
anything, but
focus,
still-
they write a good movie, and they go through with it, and it worked out.
Yeah.
DC, it was all, like, it was
No,
one
Flash
about...
shows up for a
Oh my
Flash is
God.
coming from the future, and it's like Justice League is happening. It's like what? And then he just leaves, and then Batman's like, "Who the fuck was that?" And then it's just like,
It was.
what?
It's all about the money, and
Mhm.
it's all about just I don't even know what it's about. Like, what are they trying to do?
And
catching up, just having.
Oh, they rush it so
It's like
much.
a popularity contest. Like they just wanted to be popular and wanted money. That's it. That's all they wanted. They didn't want any. They didn't want to make a good movie. They didn't care about
Superman
any of that.
dying. Ugh.
They did not care.
Like a big comparison I have for how why DC's so bad and Marvel, the movies just get it so is like in Justice League when Superman comes back, it's like okay he was gone for
Yeah.
one movie.
Yeah.
It's like we all
And you
saw
knew
it
he
coming.
was gonna come back because they showed in the last movie that he was not dead.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
they don't even.
They didn't even...
If you use like the Superman theme, would have been the best thing
Yeah.
ever. But you know, it's so just like hello, I'm here now, and you saw it coming. But
But,
then you have Infinity War when Thor comes back,
Uh-huh.
and he didn't even die. He's just been gone for a little, like not
Uh-huh.
on Earth.
Yeah.
And but it's like the best scene in the movie, like
Yeah.
and the music, and it's like it's just like they're getting their ass kicked completely, and that's when shit starts going their way.
Yeah.
Where DC, it's like not the Justice League wasn't like that at all. Where
Nope.
they were fighting him, and it was hard, like a little, but. And then Superman comes in and it's like, and then he just completely beats him up. Where it's
Yeah.
like Thor, it's like he doesn't end up. he gets close, you know? And that's the
thing they did so well with Infinity War is like they kept getting so close.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it their all, and they kept getting so close.
That was
and
the coolest part about
they never
that
do
movie.
that in superhero movies. They always they always fulfill the task at
there were
hand.
so many moments where you're like,
it's
oh, they got it, they got it, they got it, and they never do.
It
really is
almost
the
got- they were
opposite of a lot of movies.
And you know what it does? It just defies your expectations. And that's why, like, Infinity War was just so amazing, because it's like, they just kept, surprising you with a new thing, like, things that just you wouldn't expect. And then by the end, when that happened, it was like, what the fuck? Like, you just did not expect that.
It's just such a shame we're never going to get, like, a Justice League movie like that. Like, there's no way. This is too
See, there's so many good villains, and there's so much potential with that.
It really is a shame.
Yes.
And you're just never going to see it.
And just... Batman's the leader. It's just so stupid. He's so much cooler when he's like,
Yeah, I
fuck
like
you
him.
guys, I can do it by
I
myself.
I like when he's just like the solo guy.
Yeah, like
He
Wolverine with the X-Men. It's like,
pretty
Yeah.
much.
he acts like he
That's-
doesn't need them, but he kind of
Yep.
does. They should have done that way, but no. He's just...
I have something to say. This one you guys might not agree with,
Okay.
but aside
I
from like a couple movies like Avengers, Infinity War, obviously, and you could say Iron Man-ish, but I don't even know about Iron Man. But yeah, probably Iron Man. No, definitely Iron Man. I think DC have better action scenes. Because think about it this way. Think about it this way. In every single situation, it's Captain America doing some karate, Black Widow doing some karate, Falcon doing some karate. It's just, that's all they do.
Keep going.
Yeah. Like, that's all it is.
Who else
It's
is
just like
doing karate?
it's just like this hand-to-hand combat stuff, and like, yeah, it's fine, but it's like, is it really taking your breath away? The only time like where shit just goes nuts is like Avengers, and like, obviously Infinity War 2. And like, I give Iron Man because it's like, he's got like all the cool tech, so it's like, oh, how can you not make that look cool? But like Avengers 1, like, what made that like so good, like this, I've been thinking about this too. What made Avengers 1 like so great is like the tag teams.
Yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
The tag teams took those action scenes to another level.
Yeah, you know what? No,
But like
I
Marvel
don't agree
just-
with this.
You don't?
No.
Winter Soldier and Civil War are my two biggest, like...
But
And
still, like,
it's also those two movies I was
those are
gonna
the
bring up
two,
as well.
the best
Absolutely.
action ones,
And then it's also like, I think it's cool though because they only like really rely on that when they have to, like when it's a character like Captain America or Black Widow or something like that, where they actually like don't have any powers. But whenever like in any of the movies, whenever like it's actually a superhero with actual superpowers, I think they do a pretty good job of like implementing their powers and their fighting style and like tailoring the action scenes to like fit around their powers. I think they do a pretty good job with that for the most part.
which
Yeah.
one? I just want to know some
Thor,
examples. 'Cause, like,
Captain,
Thor-
Iron Man.
Thor Ragnarok.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's why, like, I'm leaving aside movies that I haven't seen yet.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
Spider-Man, they do it in such a... Winter
Yeah,
Soldier's
Spider-Man, I was
arm.
thinking for sure. Yeah, Bucky's arm.
Holy shit, they use that in such creative ways.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the fight scene specifically here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
when it's
they
like
use
when
it
it's
in
like
the
Bucky
fight
Cap,
scenes.
it's
Fight
just
scenes.
like when, like...
it's just that.
Like,
like,
when
oh,
he blocks the bullets with his arm? Come on.
But in DC, think about Wonder Woman when she was zipping around, like, when she got into that building and like there was like 5 guys all around her. The way she was just sliding around and the way her like punches and like her hits actually like
Josh is actually recreating
like
this for
they
listeners.
actually like
very
land. It
impressive.
just feels so much more impactful. Like they just direct the fight scenes and like they do it in such a. I just feel like they do it
Man
in
of
such
Steel's
a.
action's
but
pretty
like,
boring.
but like Captain America, karate. Karate.
But I don't
It's
think it's
just
also as simple as karate. I think
You're
even
just-
Captain America, they do. I think
They
they
do
don't.
it pretty well.
Yeah, it's definitely
Seriously,
not
I
as good
didn't
as
think
the other
so
characters,
either.
but
I
think
didn't
they
think
do
so
pretty
either. But
well.
aside from like Winter Soldier, the more I look at these fight scenes, it's boring as fuck.
Infinity War and
See, that's what I'm saying. Aside from Infinity War, aside from Avengers 1, because those tag team stuff is.
Then what
that
movie are you
changed the
thinking
game.
about?
Any other
the
one?
first
Captain
Civil
America
War?
1. Okay, even Civil War, dude.
No.
Okay, no. Honestly, I will say
Shines
this about
so
Civil
hard
War.
in
I will
Civil
say this about
War.
Civil War. It is a gigantic parking lot. It is like 6 people each, and what do? They get close range, and they're just doing. Obviously, when they get close, when they get close, and like they actually use their powers, like it's much better. But the hand-to-hand combat is so boring.
In that scene. But that scene's more about the interactions.
And I know that's what I'm saying. The interactions are great,
but
like that's what I'm saying. Just the hand-to-hand combat.
The apartment building that Bucky's in.
Ooh.
That scene's fucking awesome. When they get
Captain
surrounded by
America.
the soldiers and Captain America and Bucky are fighting them.
Yeah, you
I can't remember this.
It's towards the beginning-ish, I think.
Oh, it's in the beginning.
It's
okay.
Yeah, it's a little. It's in the middle.
Yeah, not like super beginning, but.
And then the Black Panther chase scene.
That was good, but that wasn't crazy. You know that movie did not pull through with the action.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, I think it
Black
did well.
Panther?
Oh,
we're
no,
talking about Civil War.
I'm talking about Civil War.
Black
Yeah.
Panther the Black Panther chase scene in Civil War. Yeah.
Yes, that's what.
T'Challa, like just specifically,
When
Chadwick
he runs
Boseman.
fast.
Just specifically Chadwick Boseman's character, he was better in Civil War than he was in his own movie.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah, he did.
He was better in.
He went through an arc.
He
Black
actually had
Panther,
a
he
very
doesn't.
good act. He goes through a very good arc. In Black Panther, he does go through some stuff, but it was more as his role as the king rather than him and like his character.
Yeah, it did feel
and
like
what
a
he
more
goes
abstract
through.
and vague, like
It
king
was,
story
yeah.
instead of like
exactly,
this
exactly.
one person going through something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like a
yeah,
biblical
the more-
tale or something.
And like he had such good lines in that. Like at the end
Yeah.
when he's talking to Baron Zemo.
Yeah,
and
he's
those like
so much better.
speeches and like then it cuts back to them fighting and shit. Like that was so cool.
Yeah.
yeah, that felt real comic booky.
Yeah. Because Black Panther, the movie, like, the action scenes, I was expecting, like, those cool Black Panther, like, because in Civil War, when they show him running, it's,
Yeah,
like,
it's
so,
insane.
it's, like,
it looks so weird.
it's so cool.
yeah.
Just that. And then in Black Panther, they go too far where he's jumping on all these CGI fake cars.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Okay.
he's running on, like, a building that just doesn't, it's too much, like,
I thought the chase scene was pretty cool.
it was fine.
I think that was the only.
There's two
I
little,
thought that
like-
was the only good action
Yeah.
like montage that they had the entire movie. The ending was hot
Oh, yeah,
garbage.
that big battle, it's kind
The
of
big
boring.
battle. Like
Yeah.
the more I look at
Yeah.
it, the more it's bad.
Yeah.
Because he like jumps onto this like one like thing that's like sticking out where like the train thing goes through. He like hops on it, circles around, and he just does like the lightest jump off of it. Like Black
Yeah.
Panther does some like crouching, like he's more like flexible and like agile.
Yeah.
They don't show that at all. Like he just does like the most like pussy jump off this thing, like just like.
But,
And it's like you didn't even feel like Black Panther. It's like the action scenes they really let down on that.
other
movie.
than Wonder Woman, what DC, like, I guess
Um,
Bane, Batman, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, obviously you can say those, yeah. But
that was
honestly, a lot of Man of Steel, like a lot of the reason why. Okay, come on, a lot of the reason why I like Man of Steel is the action scenes. Like even go back now, I swear to God, the end one at the very ending, that's too much.
It's
That's
just
the
too
thing
much.
with DC movies. Like I feel like the action is like the only thing that they have. Like the looks and the visuals is like the only thing that they really they have that's actually somewhat good. And
Batman
they just
v
ride
Superman, I only like the Batman warehouse scene, though.
that. Yeah, but like that is one of the best, like,
Yeah.
if not the best, like superhero fight scene I've ever seen. Oh my god, like that is absolutely perfect. And
Yeah.
even a lot of Man of Steel, aside from the ending was overblown. But I feel like just DC has just that is just the action. It's like Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, but specifically the Batman one. Wonder Woman, all of Wonder Woman, every single part of Wonder Woman. Every time she was fighting a soldier, like hand-to-hand combat, it was like exhilarating. Just because like every time I don't know, it's just the way they do the editing and the way they do like the sound. I don't know what it is, but like I think the DC fight scenes, the hand-to-hand combat stuff, is way better than Marvel's. Not way better, but it's better. It's better.
see.
It's better.
I understand what
think
you're
it-
saying, but I think I still disagree.
I think it's also, like, the action scenes are so much better when you care about the characters and the plot.
True.
So that's also...
yeah, I think that is another
it's-
factor that's getting involved.
'cause it's-
But I don't know,
like-
the more I isolate it, the more I'm just so much more into what DC's doing.
Yeah, I could see where you're coming from, though. I don't know.
Because I look at like Captain America 1 and those
Yeah,
fight
the
scenes
first
and
Captain
it's
America, the fight scenes aren't that good. It's
yeah, that's a real kind of letdown in that. Like,
the
within
first
that
one.
movie.
I completely agree.
even Thor, dude.
Oh yeah,
when
definitely
he's not
Thor.
using the hammer,
Oh yeah, no,
What's
definitely
happening?
Thor. Sometimes the ways he uses the hammer is cool, but most of it is just too much.
mm-hmm.
Like you put in too much glitz and glam, and it just
He doesn't look like a person anymore.
it's just like it takes you way out. It's like Yeah, that's why it's hard to do like a Captain Marvel like action.
Yeah.
It's like they made her way too powerful. Where
Yeah.
it's
Is
just
this even am I looking
she's
at a
just-
spaceship right now?
Yeah. It's like, oh wow, it's so fun to watch her just float and blow shit up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, where are the
come
stakes
on.
there?
Yeah, yeah. That's why Mission Impossible. They
Oh, yeah, wait, holy shit.
this is very
Whoa, we went real
This is
off
very.
track.
This podcast is very symbolic of Hollywood right now, where we talk about a normal action movie, and then most of it is just superhero.
I
But-
mean, we talked about all of the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There
yeah.
wasn't
I was
anything
gonna
else to
say
yeah,
this is like it's just like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool,
pretty
that
much.
was cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The movie was just cool. It was dope. Like this
That's so stupid.
IMF.
Cool, and it was dope.
I said this to the fellas before. They loved it. IMF.
No, we didn't.
I am in love with this movie. All right. Okay,
like that.
baby.
No one who hasn't seen the movie isn't gonna understand.
Yeah, well, I don't understand a lot of this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You can't just. You gotta usually watch the movie to know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, almost 100% of the time, which makes
Usually
sense because we
it's gobbledygook.
reviewed the movies. So
Yeah, watch Mission Impossible 3 before you listen to this.
Mission
dumbass.
Impossible.
Mission
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 Impossible. You're
Impossible.
missing out.
You're missing out on Mission Impossible if you haven't seen it. These movies are the best. They're the
They're the salt of the earth. They're my
Salt of the
sky
earth.
and they're my
they're
heart.
my sky and my moon and my sun and my stars.
The sun and my stars.
I'm quoting something from I heard that someone said I don't know. It's from a movie.
Anyway,
Yeah, no, these movies are edge of my seat, thrill ride. I am always I'm always loving them.
all right, yeah, these movies are really good.